Now on CoastTV News.
A frosty cold start to our Friday morning. Temperatures in the 20s and 30s, even some 40s. And we are going to warm it up today and then into the weekend as well. Then a first alert weather day Sunday for heavy rain and strong winds. I'll break down the impacts coming up.
Hunter Biden facing more legal trouble. What officials say led to the president's son facing 9 more criminal charges. More beach towns discussing marijuana. What's in the works in South Bethany and in Lewis. A new police station, a new town hall, and now some new artwork. How artists can be a part of the changes coming to Dewey Beach.
This is CoastTV News Today.
Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, December 8th, 2023. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm Paige Marley. Matt Pensick has the day off. A very, very chilly start to our Friday. It is expected. It is December after all, but just really make sure you bundle up as you head out your door today. We'll bring in first alert meteorologist Bob Tridy to help you prepare not only for today, but for your weekend. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Paige. Good morning, Del Mar. It certainly is a chilly start, but Paige, as you mentioned, it's early December. We're getting close to the official start of winter, and it's going to be cold. And we want it to be cold as we head towards Christmas. 29 in Red and 30 in Del Mar, Salisbury 33. You're frosty inland, so leave extra time to scrape off the frost. And 30s to lower 40s along the coast. So along the immediate shoreline, probably no frost this morning as the winds are light, but they're beginning to pick up out of the west. We're also seeing some mid to high level clouds floating through. It will not produce anything in the way of precipitation. Yesterday, we had some of that snow to our north, even flurries over the top of us. Won't see that today as our trend is for warmer weather. So we're creeping above freezing this morning, mid-morning in the 40s with the clouds throughout the day, filtered sunshine, mostly sunny by 2, 55 Georgetown, Lewis 53, lower 50s along the coast. So if you're finishing up those Christmas decorations, looking good for that. If you're headed out on the boardwalk, warming up in the 30s, 40s into the 50s a little bit later on this morning.
We have breaking news from overnight. President Biden's son is facing more legal trouble. Thursday, federal prosecutors filed a new criminal case against Hunter Biden. Special counsel David Weiss's team says it is a federal tax case where Biden faces 9 criminal charges. These include failure to file and pay taxes, evasion of assessment, and false or fraudulent tax return. Weiss's team details what it calls a 4-year scheme Hunter Biden engaged in to avoid paying at least $1.4 million in taxes owed from 2016 through 2019. Biden did eventually pay taxes from 2018. However, prosecutors allege he included false business deductions in order to evade assessment of taxes and reduce liabilities. We could be nearing the final chapter in the murder of Del Mar Corporal Keith Heacook. Today, the man convicted of that crime is scheduled to receive his sentence. That is scheduled for 9 a.m. Randon Wilkerson, who you see on your screen, was found guilty on all charges against him. According to court documents, Wilkerson confessed to beating Heacook to death. Wilkerson is now facing life in prison as Delaware does not have the death penalty, although as of late, many lawmakers have been petitioning for it to be reinstated in instances where law enforcement and public safety officers are killed in the line of duty. Happening today, South Bethany is having its second marijuana ordinance meeting. The town says it will possibly vote to adopt the ordinance of banning the sale and manufacturing of marijuana within town limits. That meeting is set for 9 a.m. Happening Monday in Lewis, the mayor and city council there are also talking about marijuana, even potentially taking action. One ordinance would allow marijuana with regulations. Those include permitted zoning districts, abiding by all state regulations, obtaining a business license with the city, and the allowable distance from a school or university, and more. This meeting will be held at City Hall there in Lewis on Monday at 6:30 p.m. In Dewey Beach, the town is looking to take a more creative approach to its latest project. The proposed new town hall and police station in Dewey Beach is being primarily funded by a $3 million grant from the state. But the town is considering creating a mural on the side of the new building to raise additional funds. Each aspect of a beach painting would be created based on a donation. So the bigger the donation, the bigger the item painted. Commissioner Paul Bauer says this upgrade is overdue.
He's grown over the last 40-some years, so sort of outgrowing the confines of this place, plus the maintenance and things like that on it as well.
The town expects to begin demolition of town facilities by Labor Day of next year. And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what should be Dewey Beach's fundraising priority? These are updated results from our last hour. 30% of you say the town hall renovation should be the priority. 47% of you say the police station. That makes sense. That is what they're fundraising for currently. 21% of you want to see community projects. Just 2 of you say other initiatives. Well, if you have not voted yet, you still can. Head to coasttvnews.com or our mobile app. We will continue to show you updated results later on for Coast TV News Midday. Christmas in full swing in Georgetown last night. For the first time together, the town held the 40th annual Caroling on the Circle and the Georgetown Christmas Parade. All of it happened in one night. As you can see on your screen, a lot of fun there. There was the children's choir of St. Michael's Catholic Church among carolers. The parade full of fun with people from all over Sussex County. Love those dance moves. Of course, Santa Claus was there. There he is. He made his big appearance. Caroling on the Circle also helps people in need. So far, it has collected nearly 15,000 canned goods and other non-perishable food items for local food pantries. Those will help feed families in need in the community during those colder winter months. This campaign continues through the end of December. Last night was also the first night of Hanukkah, and menorahs across the nation were lit. The national menorah was lit just after sunset in our nation's capital. The ceremony was held on the ellipse in front of the White House, and it marks the first night of Hanukkah, the Jewish Festival of Lights. Each night, a candle will be lit until all 8 are lit up on the final night of Hanukkah. It was nothing but one big celebration in Berlin as the town there celebrated Christmas and the Stephen Decatur High School football team. The town hosted their annual Christmas parade last night, but this year, a bit of an extra celebration for the local high school football team. In case you missed it, Stephen Decatur won their first ever football state title 1 week ago. And on top of that, the state title win, the team also won the only sportsmanship award in the entire state title tournament. Amazing success there. Now that all of their hard work, the practice, and their weightlifting is over, it was time for them to celebrate, which they did. Congratulations to them again. Well, in a pivotal move, the Milton Town Council is addressing critical water system upgrades. According to the town, a referendum is set to propose borrowing over $6 million for key improvements. These include water main replacements and improvements to the Chandler Street water treatment facility. Next week in Ellendale, they will be conducting hydrant flushing. The town there says this work will happen on Monday. If you have any questions ahead of the hydrant flushing, please contact Sussex County Sewer and Water Department. The White House wants to make sure border security deals with Republicans, and President Joe Biden saying now he's willing to make a compromise with GOP in order to get negotiations about Ukraine funding back on track. John Lawrence shows us now what Republicans say is holding them back from making a deal and the possible compromises that President Biden could suggest.
A deal that would provide about $60 billion worth of support toward Ukraine's war against Russia is in a stalemate, blocked this week by Senate Republicans.
We are not in a position to make that promise to Ukraine, given where things are on the Hill.
The aid package also includes funds for Israel, Taiwan, and U.S. border security measures. That's where the GOP is standing firm.
They are going to have to grant significant concessions on the border to pass the president's supplemental aid package. And certainly the House of Representatives will demand that. And until they accept that reality, the legislation will not pass.
President Joe Biden says he's ready to talk with Republicans on the issue.
I am willing to make significant compromises on the border. We need to fix the broken border system. It is broken. And thus far, I've gotten no response.
Sources tell CNN President Biden is willing to raise the credible fear standard for migrants, which could make less migrants eligible for asylum.
He's chosen to let people loose in the country. He's chosen to abuse the parole law, and his choice has led to a broken border with elevated terrorist threats. Joe Biden has been asleep at the wheel when it comes to the border. You need to wake up, Mr. President, before we get hit.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
And Delaware Senator Chris Coons, a longtime Biden ally, says it may be time for the president to become involved in the talks regarding the aid package. Meanwhile, Republican Senator James Lankford has accused Democrats of, quote, throwing more money at this problem. We are just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News today. Still ahead, muzzleloader deer hunting season. It's set to begin in Maryland very soon. We'll tell you when it starts and how long you have to enjoy that sport. And Delawareans could be expecting a pay increase next year. We'll tell you how much the state says minimum wage will be going up. And Meta adding encrypted messaging to Facebook, why government officials have warned of this feature. All of that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
The Powerball jackpot is always a lot of money. Right now, it's a lot of money. Powerball is over $460 million.
That's a lot of money.
Please play responsibly.
At JD Asphalt, your driveway is our reputation. So we bring an experienced crew and state-of-the-art equipment out to every job site to ensure we deliver fast, premium results that's built to last.
JD Asphalt, built on family values
That have and will last as long as our asphalt. Paving a path to your satisfaction. Call now and ask about our 0% financing options available for up to 18 months. JD Asphalt, a family company for over 50 years.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on.
Avery Hall has a long-standing history of being involved in the community. To me, it's very important to be involved in helping local families when they're in need. We see a variation of people in need. They need to be educated, provide guidance, and that's something that we're here for, and I enjoy helping people. At the end of the day, if I'm able to rewrite a policy and save them money that can help them continue in early retirement, that would be great. I'm Steve Mason, Account Executive at Avery Hall Insurance.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, our First Alert weather team is always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
So we're looking forward to begin to make its way towards Fenwick Island pretty quickly here.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
Our promise is to guide, inform, and protect.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware tomorrow.
Weather coverage that prioritizes you. Coast TV and the First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment.
6:13 on this frosty Friday morning. Tidal health cam from Seaford, 32 there. So you're scraping some frost. Inland areas, 20s and low 30s. A little milder along the coast. In fact, 40 at Indian River Inlet right now as we're looking at light winds and some high clouds are building in. We'll see filtered sunshine today and temperatures beginning to warm up. So still decorating, looking good out there today and tomorrow, looking dry and even milder into Saturday. Sunday, not so much. Red light, First Alert weather day, increasing rain and wind. So get those decorations up before Sunday.
All right, Bob, will do. Thank you. Lane closures on Beaver Dam Road are now in effect in Lewis. DelDOT says drivers can continue to expect closures from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. today between the roundabout for the Anchor Run development and Stockley Road. Happening next Monday, the commissioners of Rehoboth Beach are holding a special meeting. According to the city's agenda, the purpose of this meeting is to discuss and consider the qualifications of candidates for employment at the Rehoboth Beach City Manager. Consideration and even perhaps action on employment could happen there. A search for a new manager has been underway after City Manager Lawrence Christian resigned, which was effective November 3rd. On Wednesday, Meta said users of Facebook and Messenger will now automatically get the protections of end-to-end encryption. The long-anticipated rollout is a major boost to security and privacy. However, it could trigger renewed opposition by government officials who have warned that making messages harder to read might facilitate criminal activity. Mortgage rates have dropped for 7 straight weeks. They are now the lowest since August. According to data from Freddie Mac, the 30-year fixed mortgage rate fell this week to just over 7%. That's down from 7.2% just last week. The average mortgage rate is based on applications Freddie Mac gets from lenders across the country. Still more to come this morning, a minimum wage boost in Maryland and Delaware. How much each state says the requirements will increase.
It is a frosty Friday morning. Here's our Tindall's Casual Furniture Cam showing some clouds rolling in. We'll see those throughout the day, but it's going to warm up into the weekend. Good Saturday, not so much Sunday. First alert weather day there for heavy rain and strong winds. I'll break down the impacts coming up after the break.
Coast Country and Spicer Brothers have teamed up to help out our friends and neighbors in need and to support the causes that better the lives of all who live on Delmarva. If you know of a family in need or a charitable cause that could use some help, go to coastcountry.com and fill out the form today. Each month, we'll select a special event to feature and attend with a live remote broadcast. Coast Country Cares, built by Spicer Brothers Construction. Learn more at coastcountry.com.
Are you dreaming of the perfect shower or bath to elevate your daily routine into a spa-like experience? That's why Spicer Brothers can make your dream a reality.
With factory certified 5-star installation guaranteed. And right now, receive 50% off installation, a free shower door upgrade, and a free deluxe shower head. Plus, enjoy your new shower now and pay later with no interest and no payments for 18 months.
Choose your favorite style and color, and it can be installed in as little as 1 day. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation because you deserve the best.
JoJo's in Salisbury serves fresh, homemade food in an upscale, family-friendly atmosphere. Enjoy delicious crab dishes like our colossal lump crab cakes or our creamy crab dip served in a fresh baked bread bowl and the best cream of crab soup in town. Try the new Pineapple Blast or wind down with our wine selection, beer on tap, and other cocktails. Have an event? Reserve your private suite or banquet room today. JoJo's Family Restaurant, where family dines together and dinner tastes better.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Allergies aren't fun for anyone, especially when they work their way into your home. A professional air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer can dramatically improve indoor air quality and significantly reduce indoor allergens. Installing our whole home purification system Restore will even help prevent the spread of airborne viruses and bacteria. If you want to significantly reduce allergy triggers in your home, call or go online to book a free inspection today.
It is 6:18 on your Friday morning. We are going to take a live look right now at Ocean City. Bob, the sky is starting to lighten up. The sun is on its way, but definitely today, tomorrow, and Sunday, a great day to make sure you have the Coast TV weather app on your phone. Am I right or am I right?
You are correct, and I think you were mentioning events that were being canceled earlier on, and maybe more of those events being canceled Sunday, and for good reason, Paige, because the weather will be going downhill. And that's why you need to scan the QR code right there and get the Coast TV weather app. It's important to have it today, but more importantly for Sunday, with the rain and wind building in at that time. And let's look at those impacts later Sunday evening into very early Monday. We're looking at strong winds, so a high impact. We're talking wind gusts 40 miles per hour inland, maybe 50 along the coast. So that's going to really wreak havoc with all those Christmas decorations. Make sure they are secured. We're looking at a high impact of heavy rain that could create a flood threat if we get a lot of rain in a short period of time. And I think we'll get some rumbles of thunder as well. Will it be severe? Probably not, but very windy and rainy as we go into Sunday evening. But right now, it's just frosty. 20s and 30s out there. 30 in Delmar, 31 in Seaford, Milton 32. A little milder along the coast right now as we've got light winds. But those winds starting to turn to the west and eventually southwest. And that will start to usher in some milder air beginning today as we have some of those mid to high level clouds now floating in. Nothing in the way of snow or ice pellets today like we saw the past couple of days, especially to our north. We're out of the woods as far as that goes, but we're looking at a bigger dome of warmth back to our west out ahead of that big storm, and that will build in throughout the upcoming weekend. So as we go through the morning, warming from the 30s and 40s, and then by noon we're into the low 50s with some of that filtered sunshine. Mostly sunny by 2:30, around 54, 55 inland, looking pretty good. And we cleared out overnight, and with a bit of a southerly breeze, we'll keep it pretty mild into Saturday morning. So not frosty with 30s and low 40s. And Saturday, good looking day to go out Christmas shopping and maybe just get those Christmas decorations out because we know what's coming on Sunday. But we're looking at temperatures into the low 60s as we go into Saturday afternoon. And here comes the storm and the rain. Now, Sunday morning, 8 a.m., maybe still dry. Then the rain builds in 1 o'clock and it gets steady into the evening and then gets heavy into the overnight. That's when the winds will really be whipping. And farther to the west, west of D.C. into West Virginia and the mountains, Pennsylvania, that's where we'll see some snow. And then we'll see that rain winding down as we go into Monday morning. How much rain? Could be copious amounts of rain, inch and a half, over 2 inches in some places. And we'll see those winds really beginning to ramp up over 20 miles per hour late Sunday morning. And then by the evening, at least 40 miles per hour along the coast and inland areas, maybe up to 50 along the coast. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. We go from the mid 50s today to 61 Saturday, 67 very mild with the wind and rain on Sunday, with it being a first alert weather day, and then colder and drier into next week.
All right, Bob, thank you. Happening next week, the Food Bank of Delaware will be holding a mass drive-through mobile pantry in each county. In Sussex County, one is scheduled for Monday starting at 9 a.m. That pantry is happening at the Crossroad Community Church in Georgetown. The food bank is requesting that anyone going make sure that your trunk or your back seat are cleared out so volunteers can load the food in. Organizers say to help speed up the check-in process, pre-registration is requested. 214 homes are proposed for 69 acres in Millsboro. Jack Lingo Asset Management is the applicant for this subdivision on Hickory Hill and Radish Road. A public hearing on this subdivision is scheduled for January 2nd. Still ahead on Coast TV News today, a new hunting season set to begin in Maryland very soon. We'll tell you when you can begin the sport.
Lighting up Lewis and other communities along the coast. I'm Mallory Metzner. Coming up, I'll show you all the cool things to do and where to see Santa this weekend.
Brought to you by North Bay Marina, where boaters have the most fun.
You'll be walking in a winter wonderland at Bella Terrace Garden Center this holiday season. From freshly cut Christmas trees and handmade wreaths to poinsettias and Christmas ornaments. Let Bella Terra deck your halls and trim your tree. A certain jolly old elf will be making his grand appearance Saturday, December 2nd and December 9th. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Bella Terrace Garden Center, your one-stop holiday shop. Located right off of Route 16 in Ellendale.
'Tis the season for celebrating at Ocean Downs. It's the 12 Tournaments of Christmas, featuring blackjack and slots. The top 3 players daily win a share of $1 grand cash. All proceeds benefit Toys for Tots. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball.
Doctors, lawyers, teachers, bus drivers, cashiers, librarians, the helpful smile of a helper, a caretaker, a healer, a giver can also hide the deepest suffering. Domestic violence impacts everyone, even our everyday heroes. What Is Your Voice is here to help. Call our helpline at 302-467-3310 or visit whatisyourvoice.org.
At Coast TV, our promise is to guide, inform, and protect. Coast TV and the First Alert Weather Team, your safety, our commitment.
Happening soon in Maryland, the second half of muzzleloader deer hunting season will reopen December 16th and run through December 30th. According to the Department of Resources, hunters may use muzzle-loading firearms to hunt sika and white-tailed deer during this time. Minimum wage workers in 22 states, including Delaware and Maryland, will be getting a raise at the start of the new year. Come January 1st, Delaware plans to increase to $13.25, and in Maryland, Governor Wes Moore signed a bill accelerating the minimum wage to $15. The higher hourly rates are due either to scheduled increases or lawmakers upping the minimum wage in their jurisdictions because of inflation. Happening now in Delaware, the first state's winter ban is in effect. This ban prohibits manure and fertilizer application. According to the Department of Agriculture, this ban will continue through February 14th of 2024. Application outside of those dates is prohibited on frozen or snow-covered ground. As we bring back in Bob Trahi, Bob, Sunday, no joke. Events like Shellville we mentioned, they have already been canceled for Sunday, but we don't have that much to worry about today.
No, today and tomorrow are good days, Paige, to prepare for the wind and rain that's coming on Sunday. So make sure those Christmas decorations are out and secured, and maybe get your shopping done today and tomorrow and hold off Sunday. But, you know, if you go out early Sunday enough, I think it will be dry. Anyway, today we're looking at temperatures warming into the mid to upper 50s. Georgetown 57, the same for Millsboro. Harrington 55, mid 50s Cambridge, Denton 57, Vienna 57. It will be a little warmer today with Crisfield at 55, Chincoteague 57, and Berlin at 55. More on the big changes for your weekend forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Bob, thank you. Christmas only a few weeks away. There is still time, however, to get your wish list to Santa. Coast TV's Mallory Metzner shows us where you can find the jolly old fella this weekend and the cool lights and the season's greetings you'll find along the way.
Homes and businesses in Lewis, Bethany Beach, and Ocean Pines are illuminated for the annual holiday decorating initiatives, Lewis Lights, Coastal Christmas Showdown, and Light Up the Pines. There are interactive maps that will take you on a tour to see every display. Have a holly jolly stroll through Milton. The Chamber of Commerce Holly Festival will bring vendors to the Fire Department H.O. Brittingham Elementary School and the Milton Public Library from 9 to 3 Saturday. On the same day, the Women's Club of Milton will hold the annual Holiday House Tour, where you can tour historic and holly jolly homes from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. Enjoy Christmas at the cottages in Bethany Beach on Saturday. There will be alpacas at the Nature Center as well as caroling. The Weekend Wonderland continues this Saturday with special business holiday incentives throughout the town, as well as trolley tours to see holiday displays. One ongoing holiday tradition in Seaford is seeing trains at the Seaford Museum. A Victorian Christmas Children's Day is at the Seaford Museum from 10 to 2 Saturday. Then on Sunday, it's the Victorian Christmas Concert. The Capitol Ringers 12 Days of Christmas is from 4 to 5:30 p.m. at the Ross Station Event Center. The 14th Rehoboth Art League Annual Holiday Open House offers fine art and fine crafts. Art League members will have holiday gift items on display and for sale. The Camp Rehoboth Chorus Ensemble and other live performers will provide music for the event throughout the day. The open house runs from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. Saturday. Bring home a new furry family member for the holidays. All Brandywine Valley SPCA locations will be mega ready for you to find your new pet. The mega adoption event runs Saturday and Sunday with adoption fees lowered to $35. Take a break from the holiday hustle at the Ocean City Comic Con. There are gaming tournaments, anime screenings, cosplay contests, and more at the Ocean City Convention Center on Saturday. The Lewis Historical Society Holiday has a benefit concert on Saturday at 6 p.m. at Groom Church. The annual Sussex Consortium Wintercraft Show is at Cape and Lopin High School from 9 to 2 Sunday. The Christmas cheer continues. The parade in Bridgeville is Saturday night at 6. You can have breakfast with Santa on Saturday at the Auxiliary of Ocean City American Legion, Post 166. He'll also be here at his 2nd Street home in Lewis from 1 to 3 that day. We have more holiday happenings in the article under the Cool Things to Do tab on CoastTVnews.com.
Did you know that LVP stands for Luxury Vinyl Plank? It's not just a floor, it's a game changer in style, durability, and convenience. Here's the key. LVP flooring is completely waterproof and can be installed over your existing floors, giving you a cost-effective and fresh new look. At Floor Coverings International, we know LVP. We can bring our mobile showroom to you fully equipped with thousands of flooring options.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com. No strangers here, just friends you've not met yet. With an outside patio and inside charm, Irish Eyes Pub and Restaurant Milton is a local's favorite on the banks of the Broadkill River. Irish Eyes Pub and Restaurant Lewis, gorgeous views, free parking, and the best happy hour at the beach, with room for everyone. And for a truly special event, go no further than the Lewis Room at Irish Eyes. The panoramic views, in-house chef, and professional team will make it easy to plan your next event. Find out more at irisheyespub.com.
Shift gears for success with the DSN Scholar Athlete Award. Brought to you by your Salisbury Honda dealer.
Each month we'll award a $1,000 scholarship to a Delmarva High School senior who excels in sports and in the classroom.
It's tapped home.
Oh, what a hit! They must have at least a B average or higher and a drive for good sportsmanship.
Nominate your champion today on the Features tab on DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
The DSN Scholar Athlete, driven by your Salisbury Honda dealer.
Wheel of Fortune is bringing the fun all season long on Fan Fridays.
How exciting is that?
Cash and prizes could be up for grabs. Watch Wheel of Fortune on Fridays and see what you can win.
Friday at 7 on CoastTV. Next Jeopardy, a rising star.
Friends here in LA, kind of famous people. We just started getting together in a garage and kind of jamming. People are booking us to play shows all over the country.
Wow! Friday at 7:30 on CoastTV.
This is Coast TV News Today.
It is 6:31 on your Friday morning. Thank you so much for being up with us as we continue this hour. I'm Paige Marley. We're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Chahi. He's going to help you prepare as you make your way out the door on this very chilly morning. Hey there, Bob.
Hey, good morning, Paige. Good morning, Delmarva. It's great to have one of those remote fobs that start your car remotely. That's good to have this morning, or a garage, because if your car's outside, more than likely you're scraping frost this morning with temperatures in the 20s and low 30s from Milford down to Del Mar and Salisbury. Upper 30s along the coast, and maybe right along the immediate coast, you're frost-free. But we're looking at light winds that are beginning to turn to the west and eventually southwest. And we're seeing some moisture in the form of mid to high level clouds through Delmarva right now. Nothing in the way of snow or ice pellets, anything like that today. We are going to start a warming trend, and that's nice. Here's Friday morning. That's this morning. Temperatures in the low 30s, 9 a.m., low 40s across the area. And then by noon, we still have some of those mid to high level clouds, but it's warming up. 53 in Millsboro, 51 Salisbury, and a little cooler along the coast. And I think we top out somewhere in the middle 50s later on this afternoon. So that warming trend is commencing as the winds start to pick up out of the south, even warmer into the weekend. Big changes for Sunday. Rain and wind in a First Alert day. More on that coming up.
We have breaking news from overnight. President Biden's son is facing more legal trouble. Thursday, federal prosecutors filed a new criminal case against Hunter Biden. Special counsel David Weiss's team says it is a federal tax case where Biden is facing 9 criminal charges. These include failure to file and pay taxes, evasion of assessment, and false or fraudulent tax returns. Weiss's team details what it calls a 4-year scheme Hunter Biden engaged in to avoid paying at least $1.4 million in taxes owed from 2016 through 2019. Biden did eventually pay taxes from 2018. However, prosecutors allege he included false business deductions in order to evade assessment of taxes and reduce liabilities. We could be nearing the final chapter in the murder of Del Mar Corporal Keith Heacook. Today, the man convicted of that crime is scheduled to receive his sentence. That is scheduled for 9 this morning. Brandon Wilkerson was found guilty on all charges against him. And according to court documents, Wilkerson confessed to beating Heacook to death. Wilkerson is facing life in prison as Delaware does not have the death penalty, though many lawmakers have petitioned for it to be reinstated in instances where law enforcement and public safety officers are killed in the line of duty. Happening today, South Bethany is having its second marijuana ordinance meeting. The town says it will possibly vote to adopt the ordinance of banning sales and manufacturing of marijuana within town limits. That meeting is set for 9 a.m. A big celebration in Berlin now for the state champion, the Decatur Seahawks. The town hosted its annual Christmas parade down Main Street, and Stephen Decatur Seahawks were right at the front of the pack. Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert was there to capture the sights and the sounds.
Lots of high fives and cheering in Berlin. The town was all lit up for the annual Christmas parade, but this year something special. Right at the front, the Decatur football team, fresh off a state championship victory, giving everyone even more reason to cheer.
It just feels great to come out here for the community and do this parade with where we grew up in. It's just surreal.
The Seahawks got top billing tonight, well, after Santa. And to this team of champions, the support means everything.
It's a great feeling, and with the whole community behind us, and we'll see it tonight. Everybody's out here. Everybody supports everybody around here, and it's great to do it with Bryson over here.
The time passed since that cold November evening in Annapolis has been a blur for the blue and black.
The night after we had won it, it was very, very surreal. I actually had to ask my wife, was I dreaming? And of course she said, no, it's not a dream.
But playing for their community?
I mean, a lot of support from people that I didn't even know. I mean, it all just feels great.
And for each other.
I'm going from the off season where we're with each other when we're pushing each other to the limit, and where guys are finding out who they truly are.
Makes winning the state title even sweeter.
Go Hawks.
Yes, sir. Go Hawks.
The conditioning, the weightlifting, and the practices are now over for the season for the Stephen Decatur Seahawks, and they told me right now is the time to celebrate, but I was also told by both players and coaches that they're already looking forward to next season. I'm Charles Reinert in Berlin, CoastTV News.
In a pivotal move, the Milton Town Council is addressing critical water system upgrades. According to the town, a referendum is set to propose borrowing over $6 million for key improvements. These include water main replacements and improvements to the Chandler Street Water Treatment Facility. President Joe Biden says he is willing to make a compromise with Republicans in order to get negotiations about Ukraine funding back on the track, a deal that would provide about $60 billion worth of support towards Ukraine's war against Russia is in a stalemate, blocked this week by Senate Republicans. The aid package also includes funds for Israel, Taiwan, and U.S. border security measures. That's where the GOP is standing firm. Sources tell CNN President Biden is willing to raise the credible fear standard for migrants, which could make less migrants eligible for asylum. House Republicans have released the text of a resolution that would authorize their impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. The resolution, introduced by Representative Kelly Armstrong from North Dakota, would formalize the ongoing impeachment inquiry that's been driven by 3 GOP-led House committees. It would help the committees enforce subpoenas and allow the panel's chairman to designate open hearings in their probe into the Biden family. Multiple House leaders have said the chamber is expected to vote on the resolution next week. A woman is facing charges in Georgia after police say she tried to set fire to the historic Atlanta birth home of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Police responded to reports of vandalism in progress Thursday evening just before 6 p.m. The 26-year-old suspect had already been stopped by multiple people there when police arrived. She's accused of pouring gasoline onto the property. Police say she was arrested and now faces charges including attempted arson. However, a motive for that crime is still unclear. The holiday season is here. With it comes many fun activities that all of us love to enjoy. Of course, one of the most popular, enjoying the holiday lights and the decorations all over Delmarva. So take a look at your screen. We have a great shot here of a tree and some stockings. Just love how all those decorations are very well color coordinated, very a traditional look there. The tree topper, if you didn't notice, it is an extension of the tree itself, very unique. We would love to see how you decorate your home for the holidays. So take a look at your screen, please. You can send some pictures and videos to coasttvnews.com/holidayhouse.
Delmarva's Holiday House is brought to you by Bay to Beach Builders. Draper Holdings, parent company of WBOC and CoastTV, has an opening for a human resource specialist. Provide HR support for approximately 150 employees in 4 locations. Candidates should have an associate's degree with a background in recruitment, employee relations, and payroll. ADP and SHRM certification and a bachelor's degree are a plus. Join Draper Holdings as our newest human resource specialist with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Holdings is an equal opportunity employer.
Farmers are superheroes, true conservationists. We are using soil health practices to help fight climate change. Soil health farmers are working today to protect tomorrow, using regenerative agriculture and climate-smart practices like no-till and cover crops to improve soil health. Healthy soils sequester carbon, improve water quality, and produce sustainable, nutrient-rich food. Soil health farmers are working today to keep Delmarva a beautiful place for generations to come.
Over 100 boys and girls basketball teams, 5 days of the best high school basketball talent in the country, 8 games a day, and it's all on the Delmarva Sports Network. The 41st Annual Governor's Challenge High School Basketball Tournament lives right here on the Delmarva Sports Network. From the first tip of the day to the wrap-up show each night, DSN is there. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app to see the action from every court. The 41st Governor's Challenge, exclusively on DSN, presented by OC Floor and Home Gallery. From the court to your living room, catch the dribbles and the buzzer beaters. High school basketball lives here on Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
6:40 on our Friday morning. Brightening skies to the east. Boardwalk Plaza camera showing some clouds. Gorgeous conditions. Sun's up shortly after 7. 37 in Rehoboth right now. We've got frosty conditions. Inland areas 20s and 30s, so below freezing there. Above freezing along the coast as we've got winds that are starting to swing around now to the west and eventually southwest. And we've got some moisture aloft with some of those clouds, but just clouds today and milder conditions, so looking pretty good. If you're going for a jog, make sure you bundle up. Upper 30s this morning, light winds and warming through the 40s. Winds pick up a little bit out of the southeast later morning as temperatures rise into the 50s.
The Women's Club of Milton is holding a holiday house tour coming up this weekend. This tour is Saturday and Sunday. Tickets are currently $25. Day of tickets will go up to $30. During the tour, you'll be able to get inside some of Milton's most festive and historic homes. The holiday house is open from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. While as people decorate their homes for the holidays, it is important to know that house fires generally increase during this time. So here are some fire safety tips that you should consider. Keep your children and your pets away from any lit candles. When picking a tree, make sure to choose one that is fresh with green needles that do not fall off when touched. And make sure that your tree is at least 3 feet away from any heat source like fireplaces, radiators, candles, your heat vents, or lights. Following a few simple tips will help ensure that your family has a happy and fire-safe holiday season.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
What's going on, everybody? We had a ton of action on the courts a night ago, and this time we go up a level. The University of Delaware looks to play spoiler at home against an undefeated Old Dominion team. Home game for the Blue Hens at Bob Carpenter Center. Tara Cousins had a game high in the last contest, and she picks up where she left off. Too tough to handle. Then Clark Sconiers gets the offensive board, tracking it down perfectly. Sydney Boone, as the passes make their way to her, she connects from beyond the arc. Great effort and passing from the Blue Hens. UD turning defense into offense. Boone, perfect place, perfect time. Blue Hens get down the court. Boone right there with the right-handed layup, and it is good. But here comes ODU. Jordan McLaughlin. She's just going to stay in the corner right there. The triple from outside. She is able to get it. Next possession, Nakaya, Mays, Prince. Mid-range game was going for UD last night. Too smooth. Other end now. 3 coming in. No good, but Brenda Fontana says, listen, I've got your back. Second time's a charm. Old Dominion would outscore the Blue Hens 27-21 in the second half for a 57-53 win and continue their undefeated start to the season. That'll for sports. Have a great day, everybody.
And don't forget to tune in to Coast TV News for some Sunday night football. It is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys this weekend. What a matchup. That coverage begins at 7 p.m. And do not forget, after that, we will have your hyper local broadcast to get you ready for your work week. Hey there, Delmarva. Happy Friday. Here's a look at what's happening today at 4 o'clock here on Coast Life. It is Friday, so we have a fun TikTok Made Me Try It for you that you can try at home.
And it's Friday, so we have a pet of the week, and we have a happy ending from one of the pets that was right here in studio.
That's right. We have a lot of fun to get to today. It's all happening at 4 o'clock right here on Coast Life. The Bless Our Children campaign is in full swing. It's so incredible. Take a look at this. We have already collected over $180,000. It is all to help provide Christmas for children on Delmarva who otherwise might go without it. But as we all know, this year is creating hardship for many more people, so the need for help is even larger.
We don't get a ton of snow, but we got a nice snowman on this card for Bless Our Children this year. Sent in from Bob and Rita Daniels. They're out of Lewis. Doing a great job, guys. We really appreciate the card. And anybody at home that wants to get involved in Bless Our Children, make sure the kids have a present to open on Christmas. You can go to blessourchildren.org.
So if you would like to make a donation, send in a donation in a holiday card, and we may read your well wishes on air. You can send in a check or a money order to the address on your screen, or of course you can donate online. Thank you so much for all of your help ensuring every child on Delmarva has a very Merry Christmas.
Glassman, what are you doing?
I decided I wanted to be Santa Glass this year.
You can't do the voice. Stop it.
Come on. At least can we give away all the cool stuff?
It slays the holidays, and this year we're giving a prize a day for the entire month of December.
That includes concert tickets, autographed guitars, drum heads, and more.
From these artists and more.
Slays the Holidays is brought to you by Wilkins Wildlights.
More details at 935thebeach.com.
Are you dreaming of the perfect outdoor space where you can relax and entertain? Look no further than Delmarva's most trusted partner, Spicer Brothers. We pride ourselves on superior craftsmanship and only use the finest materials to create beautiful, durable decks. From classic wooden decks to low-maintenance PVC materials, we have the perfect solution for you. And right now, get a free Green Mountain Grill with your new deck. Plus, enjoy 0% financing with no payments and no interest for 18 months. Spicer Brothers, turning homeowners' dreams into reality for over 20 years.
Were you calling the shots, though, Mr. President, ultimately? Was the Biden administration caught off guard by this latest surge of migrants? Is it clear who's going to govern Gaza once this war is over? If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
Get live radar and severe weather alerts. Download the free CoastTV First Alert Weather app. Brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
WRDE weather brought to you by Window World of Delmarva. Simply the best for less.
Beat the winter rush with new entry doors from Window World of Delmarva. Your choice. Get a premium Craftsman's entry door, only $64.99 per month, or get an entry door plus a 2-panel standard size sliding patio door, only $106.82 per month.
No matter the size of the project, you can trust Window World of Delmarva to get it done right.
Call Window World of Delmarva for a free estimate. Remember, first to call, first to install.
6:47 on this Friday as we take a live look now at Rehoboth Beach. Bob, a really beautiful, gorgeous start there in Rehoboth Beach. We have to take it while we can because coming up this Sunday, you've been warning us, we're not going to get these real beautiful scenes like we're seeing right now.
Well, we might get another one Saturday morning, Paige, and Sunday morning, not so much. We're going to be looking at increasing clouds then and increasing rain and wind. And we do have a first alert weather day on Sunday. That's why it's important to scan the QR code right there. Get your phone in camera mode and download the app and make sure you have that information heading into the weekend. It's a busy time of year. You need that CoastTV weather app not only today, but with the storm moving in on Sunday. And as far as the impacts later Sunday night into early Monday, strong winds, high impact. We're talking wind gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour. We've got Christmas decorations out, so you're going to really want to make sure they're secure because they're really going to be blown around in that strong wind. And a lot of heavy rain as well. Make sure drains are cleared around your home. The leaves are out, so the water's got a place to go. We're looking at the heavy rain, a moderate flood threat, and we're looking at a low chance of storms. Not severe weather, but certainly some thunder and lightning possible with this dynamic system moving in. It's frosty this morning. Temperatures in the 20s and 30s inland, a little milder along the coast, and pretty much no wind. So it's cold, but at least it's calm. And we have some clouds out there, mid to high level clouds, making for a beautiful sunrise. And they'll continue to flow through as we go through the day as our flow is turning more out of the west and eventually southwest. We've got warmer air building to our west out ahead of that storm system. And we'll be seeing that warmer air headed our way. Not warm this morning. Temperatures in the low 30s, but low 40s by mid-morning and then low 50s by noon. Some high clouds and then mostly sunny by this afternoon with mid-50s. So nice time to get out there, finish up the outdoor chores for sure. And then this evening, things are quiet and clear and not as cold by Saturday morning as we've got a bit of a southerly breeze. So temperatures in the 30s and 40s. And then as we go through the day, even warmer with a mix of sun and clouds, temperatures in the 50s and low 60s. So here comes the rain, and some of that will be heavy as we go into Sunday afternoon. It gets steady and really heavy into the evening and very windy from about 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. That's kind of the meat of the storm, and then the rain moves off by Monday morning. We're looking at inch and a half, over 2 inches of rain possible in Delmar and Salisbury, and close to it in many other locations. And those winds really ramping up as well, 25 to maybe 30 miles per hour as we go into Sunday afternoon, and over 40 miles per hour into the evening, and maybe gusting to close to 50 at times a little bit later. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, mid-50s today, low 60s Saturday. Then Sunday's the first alert day with the rain and wind, 67. But then after that, it quiets down. 40s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with a mix of sun and clouds and getting pretty cold again at night.
Happening soon in Maryland, the second half of muzzle-loader deer hunting season will reopen December 16th. It runs through December 30th. According to the Department of Resources, hunters may use muzzle-loading firearms to hunt sika and white-tailed deer during this time. Minimum wage workers in 22 states, including Delaware and Maryland, will be getting a raise at the start of the new year. Come January 1st, Delaware plans to increase to $13.25. And in Maryland, Governor Wes Moore signed a bill accelerating minimum wage to $15. The higher hourly rates are due either to scheduled increases or lawmakers upping the minimum wage in their jurisdictions because of inflation. It's now 6:51. It's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day, brought to you by Maggie's Pet Boutique. Today's coastal pet is still waiting for her forever family at the Brandywine Valley SPCA. This right here is Bailey. Bailey is only 7 months old and loves to play outside and hang with friends. This very sweet girl is hoping that you will adopt her and give her a home for the holidays. If you want to meet Bailey or any other adoptable pets, go to the Brandywine Valley SPCA. And do not forget, the organization is bringing back their Mega Adopt event tomorrow. That is where adoption fees are only $35. We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Keep sending us some adorable photos and tell us what makes your pet so special. You can email us at the address on your screen and then tune in weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see the pets that we feature.
Paige will need some oohs and ahs for this camera. Look at the Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam. Outstanding. Red skies, beautiful sunrise, a frosty landscape. And it'll warm up a little bit through the day and even warmer into Saturday. But then we've got the threat for heavy rain and strong winds later Sunday into early Monday with the first alert weather day. Then it quiets down to the next week. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
Extend the patio season and outdoor family fun with Tyndall's Casual Furniture. Hang out with friends around cozy fire pits and comfortable, high-quality furniture brands like Casual Comfort, Pollywood, Telescope, and North Cape. And don't forget to protect your investment with durable, breathable, and water-resistant covers. Enjoy now and pay later with 100% financing available on all in-stock furniture. For over 40 years, locally owned, Delmarva grown. Tyndall's Casual Furniture in Laurel and Lewis, Delmarva's outdoor furniture experts.
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Coming up this week on the Delmarva Home Show, we're touring a gorgeous modern coastal farmhouse nestled on just under 2 acres on Beaver Dam Creek in Milton, Delaware. We're also checking out a $1 million condo in Rehoboth Beach. The holiday season is here, and we want to tour your beautifully decorated holiday home. Send pictures of your decorated home by emailing us at delmarvahomeshow@wboc.com. You can watch the Delmarva Home Show on Sundays at 11:30 a.m. on WBOC.
When you step into a luxury bathroom from Coastal Bay Construction, it becomes your sanctuary. Relaxing, refreshing, invigorating. Coastal Bay Construction is your local bath remodeling expert and can help you transform your space into something you'll love. Get the luxury bathroom you want with easy access and surfaces that make cleaning a breeze. Call Coastal Bay for your free quote with 2 years free financing or $1,200 off your whole bath.
If it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck,
it's Coastal Bay Construction.
Weather shapes our lives. At CoastTV, our First Alert weather team is always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
So we're looking forward to begin to make its way towards Fenwick Island pretty quickly here.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
Our promise is to guide, inform, and protect.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware tomorrow.
Weather coverage that prioritizes you. CoastTV and the First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment.
It is 6:55. It's time now for some things you need to know before you go. President Biden's son is facing more legal trouble today. Thursday, federal prosecutors filed a new criminal case against Hunter Biden. Special counsel David Weiss's team says it is a federal tax case where Biden is facing 9 criminal charges. These include failure to file and pay taxes, evasion of assessment, and false or fraudulent tax return. We could be nearing the final chapter in the murder of Delmar Corporal Keith Heacook today. The man convicted of that crime is scheduled to receive his sentence. It is scheduled for 9 this morning. Randon Wilkerson was found guilty on all charges against him. Happening Monday in Lewis, the mayor and city council are talking about marijuana, even potentially taking action. One ordinance would allow marijuana with regulations. Those include permitted zoning districts, abiding by all state regulations, obtaining a business license with the city, the allowable distance from a school or university, and more. This meeting will be held at City Hall there in Lewis on Monday at 6:30 p.m. Legendary actor Jimmy Stewart might be gone from this world, but his voice is not. The Calm app features an AI-generated version of the Academy Award winner for one of its soothing stories. The tale is called It's a Wonderful Sleep Story in honor of Stewart's famous holiday movie. It begins Christmas Eve. Calm says that worked with the late actor's family on this project. And the AI company Respeecher. That is very incredible now. What a fun way to use AI. It is 6:56 now. It's time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door. Bob, what are you thinking? Would you use his voice to fall asleep at night?
Jimmy Stewart, Mary, is that you? I love Jimmy Stewart.
Why not?
And my mom, my dearly departed mom, interviewed him in high school back in the day, back in the 50s. Had that amazing opportunity to meet him in a New York City hotel and interview him. So what a guy he was. What a legend. Day part forecast. We had temperatures in the 30s this morning. It's frosty, but warming through the 40s and 50s today. Right around 56 for the high. And your Paul Davis 10-day forecast up to 61 Saturday. And then the rain and wind on Sunday. First alert weather day, batten down the hatches. It's going to be kind of wild and windy into Sunday evening, very early Monday, and then much quieter into next week with highs in the 40s, 50s by Friday.
All right, Bob, thank you so much, and thank you for joining us on Coast TV News Today. Today's show is coming up next at 7 a.m., and then we'll be back with Coast TV News midday at 11, so stick around. Have a fantastic Friday, everybody, and a great weekend.